Welcome to the Sala Talks, where we're spilling the tea, sharing laughs, and keeping it real. My name is Martha.
And I'm Denise, and we're your hosts and new besties, inviting you to join the conversation that starts in the sala but hits every corner of life.
All right, let's get into it.
Vámonos.
All right, welcome to our first podcast, our first episode. What happens in the Sala stays in the Sala, or does it? Dun, dun, dun. I mean, hey, listen, we are here and we made it after so much conversation around creating a podcast. I mean, even the why behind it, I think there's a lot of why both wanted to get into social media, and we both edit our own videos for fun. But you were the one that brought this up to me as to why you wanted to bring up like a Latina podcast into the mix of our friendship. So I guess I'll pass it over to you and to talk a little bit more about why you wanted to do a podcast.
I guess, we were both in a very transitional period in our lives because I had asked you twice. And the first time you're like, let me think about it. And then the second time you were like, you know what, let's do it. And I brought up the idea of a podcast because I know there's some out there, but I haven't found one that resonated with me, right? And as a Latina, as a millennial, as a mom, like, what? So I was like, I didn't want to do 10-second reels, 2-minute videos. I didn't want to edit that kind of stuff. And I wanted to be productive. I wanted to have something of my own. And why not have something with my bestie who also wanted to do stuff? So I was like, you know what? Let's push each other and
I
let's just do it
know.
together.
It's so
Let's just put our
scary.
story out there.
It's really scary though, because this is like a new space that I haven't even touched upon. I mean, I love editing videos. I love talking and just being my authentic self on social media. I feel like it is very healing in a sense. But this is like
Hmm.
a new realm, and like as Latinas, I know you and I always talked about it. Like, don't be telling nobody, don't tell nobody that we're doing this, don't tell nobody. And then I was like, we gotta tell some people, right? But like, mal de ojo really does exist, even with the people that we love, with our family members, with our closest friends. I know that unintentional evil eye, with our friends and family exists because sometimes people don't see the vision that we have for ourselves. They don't see it because they never seen it done in their time or with their own eyes. And because it's untraditional, they're like, that doesn't seem realistic. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've had moments like that with my other friends, and it's unintentional. I want my friends to succeed, but it's like because I never seen it before. I'm just like, hey, when you do what you do, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely think you have more friends than me. Um, because
I'm
I
dead.
only told, besides bringing you the idea, I only told Nini, who's, is my bestie over here, because there's literally only you and her. And then my two older girl cousins, Mireya and Cheryl. And I briefly told them what it was. And I think I broke that news like maybe a month ago when I was in New
Damn.
York. So
Yeah.
it was very, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
girl, no, I didn't tell nobody. Because for what? So people could steal your idea and be unauthentic, unoriginal,
I'm
and then,
dead.
and I'm not trying to get canceled before we get started. But it's the truth though, because people can't, you want to trust people, but there's really people that low just unintentionally compare themselves to you when they don't need to. Like, not everybody's on the same wavelength. Not everybody is on the same level. Yes, we may be the same age, but our cross of lives are not the same. Or is it the
Yeah.
path of lives? You know what I mean? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I get it though, because like you and I, we're best friends, and we've been like, I don't really take years or like how old people are in consideration, but sometimes I do, because I'm just like, wow, okay, some of my friends are 2 years younger than me, 3 years younger than me. I have a select of friends that are like the same age as me, or even like a little bit older than me, and you really never know like where people are in life, and how people will take it. Like I told strangers because I'm the tech person in our duo. Like I'm the one that's literally getting hazed trying to figure out how to put this tech part together. I mean, like we've been
I
I like
appreciate you.
putting this thing together. I'm just like, oh my god, is this even like? There was a little negative voice inside of me that I think lives in all of us, especially when we're first generations. Like, can I even fucking do this? Like, what's the fucking point? Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'll give up because it's challenging. It's so I'm flexing. I'm flexing a new muscle. You know.
Girl, I was just ready, like, yo, can we just pay somebody to do it?
I
Like, can we
don't,
go halvesies?
girl.
And that's the
Nah.
solution to my problems. Can we go halvesies? And
You, you like to
because you know what,
outsource.
Martha, like I told you, I, listen, we gotta pick and choose our own battles. And this is a battle I wasn't willing to fight. That's why I said I appreciate you, because you took all the hazing by yourself. You guys, Martha, she took all the hazing by herself. Poor thing. She gave herself a cold. That's how stressed out she
No,
was.
honestly though, I really got sick for like a week and a half trying to figure this thing out. But
Shout out to your friend's girlfriend,
oh no, yeah, she's amazing. I'm slowly becoming one of my friends. She's really good at like podcasting and she produces her own music. Shout out to Gabby. But if you're listening to this, Gabby, thank you so much. And she offered to like help consistently. And like I told people like about our Sala, like random strangers because I was getting technology and whatnot. And I ran into this Boricua who is like in a rock band and whatnot. And I told him about our name, the Sala Talks, dude. And he, like, honestly, strangers will be our probably best supporters because he was just like, that is so awesome. The name is amazing. And he is the one that connected me to those Latinas that created their own farm. Hopefully in the future we do something with them. Fingers crossed, right? But I, I feel
stay
like
tuned. Stay tuned. We got a
states.
whole series coming up.
Right, stay tuned.
Now we really do. We
We
really
got
do.
ideas in the bag, but I feel like if I would talk, I haven't even told my
No, don't
family
spill
about
it.
it.
Don't spill it. Don't
No,
spill it. We gotta
like,
tell the strangers.
but if I talk about it with like my dad or my mom is more open to it, but my dad, like, he would kind of be like, "Where's is there money in this?" Right? And there's like, dude, like maybe I don't know. This is like, I honestly, I think this is a good way for you and I to strengthen our friendship. I think that's the most we'll get out of it, like communication. But it's
Yeah,
kind
we're
of
spilling our deepest, darkest secrets together to the world.
yeah, and we wanna be groundbreakers and break generational trauma. Honestly, like we don't know anybody that's doing what we're doing. I mean, I know I have some friends, but like no one in my family has created a podcast or, done with like technical equipment. It's very foreign to us. It's very, very foreign to us.
I don't know, dude. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely tell my mom though.
yeah, no, I know your mom is a tough person, and I think that your mom and my dad, they're they don't really see the vision. I mean, they are older generation, so they don't really understand that sometimes things take time and it's a journey, right? Like the technical equipment and things like that is all foreign to us, but we're persevering regardless. Like
Yeah.
no one taught us how to be successful or lead a successful business, and it's really scary because we have to define it on our own. We have to trust our instincts and trust what we're doing without seeing the path. We're laying the path essentially as first generation.
I think as the youngest, I'm like really proud of, because it's like, okay, my mom's been here for I don't know how many years, and I've accomplished all the stuff that she's wanted to accomplish. So I guess, like I'm living her American dream that she got here. And I think a lot of our parents want that for us, but they see it in a way that's like, that's not going to work. How is she going to achieve that if she does it that way?
Mm.
And it's like, who knows what the right way is?
Yeah,
What is the right way?
it's
What
not
is the right
practical.
way?
There is no right way, and honestly, that's what I'm learning also in this journey. Like, just let go. Like before this episode, I was like so nervous to even start. Like my mind was just like, oh my God, like, are we really gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Just how I'm gonna like get everything together. I mean, even recording our intro and just showing you the music that we're gonna have on our first episode is I was just like, I guess this is it. And then when your reaction actually made me feel a lot better. It's nice to have somebody else, you know, doing this with us. But like, why do we feel like we have to silence ourselves to start our dreams? I mean, essentially, this is a dream of ours, right? We're getting into social media and stuff. But like, why? Why do you feel like? Why do you think we have to silence ourselves so much? That mal de ojo
Porque lo
out.
que Porque lo que pasa en la casa queda en la casa. Because what happens in the house stays in the house. So
Mm,
it's like we ain't talking about what happens in the house outside the house. Who we talking about it with? Who we talking about it with?
yeah.
Our girlfriends, our partners, our boyfriends, our cousins. I think there has to be a platform for women to just say what they want. You know, who are you? Who is anyone to judge someone for their story? The
No,
only
true though.
here I go about to get canceled before I even get out there. Like, I'm sorry, but the only person that's judging me is God. Ain't none of y'all gonna get me
Facts.
now. Cause you know what?
Facts.
That's what this podcast is about. I'm exposing myself. I
No,
might
but
hurt some
really.
feelings. I might not hurt some feelings. People might be like,
Bitch.
oh my God, is she for real? Like, she really saying that? Yup, 28 and proud,
Yeah.
saying it loud and clear.
Not for nothing,
Like,
you would probably hurt my feelings, to be honest. I think you'd have
I
probably
hurt
hurt mine.
everybody's feelings. Just get used to it. But you know what? No, I'm just kidding. Toxic. But you know what? I feel like people are so easily offended these days that there has to be some self-awareness and accountability because there's no way someone could be offended all the time.
I guess, but I hear what you're saying. I think for me, like the silencing of myself is like the fear of failure, right? That is always that pending doom of just like, I'm going to do this wrong. But then I think that's that perfectionist Virgo inside of me that wants to do things right. I'm like constantly stuck in this analysis paralysis, and my ancestors are screaming, like, you know,
Yeah, no.
I need you to break this cycle with the family. Like, do it. And I'm like, I know I'm the one, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm literally
Where do you start?
yeah, like I know that I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams, yet here I am afraid to take the leaps. But I know that like they'll have me. But I think it's just like, you know, you I don't have nobody to fall back on or help me. Like it's just me. It's just me. Really though. And it's just me. And then like the embarrassment maybe, but like at this point, I'm 30 years old. Like, why should I care what people think? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like I'm 28. Like if you're gonna cancel me, just do it already. Like we're gonna keep it moving. Let's go.
Well, I always tell you that, like, because I feel like I'm the very like fearless one in our friendship. And I'm always the one like telling you like just do it. Like who gives a fuck? Like no one pays your bills, no one checks up on you, no one like feeds you or does anything for you. Like who gives a fuck? So I'm just really at that point like I want other women to feel like, who gives a fuck? Like, because, that's another reason why I didn't want to lean so much towards like the videos because I would love to sit in front of a camera and just do my hair because I can't do my makeup like that, in my opinion. I could do my hair. And, I don't feel like I don't got the look for it. And that's something I got to work on. But, it's something that is like, hey, a lot of these females nowadays don't do it. And I see now a wave of women coming out and just doing it. Like, it don't matter. And, if you want to do it because of money, okay, kudos to you. But if you want to do it because you really want to evolve in yourself, like, that is
Yeah.
you're already starting. You're already starting. You're starting
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I
by
mean,
saying, I'm gonna do it.
look at us. We're like, I think, very two private people spilling the beans for the whole world to hear. Strangers, maybe our closest friends, if they decide to listen to it. And now we're practicing vulnerability on a podcast on social media, like literally the total opposite of who we are. And I think that's transformational. And I remember when you used to tell me like how you wanted to post videos on Instagram and you just didn't feel comfortable with yourself at that point. And I get that because I was at that stage when I started doing like curl videos and stuff. And it honestly, it's a journey. It literally is a journey. Like we are healing our throat chakra and speaking our truth, and it's part of the process.
Yeah, and it's definitely like I have like my best friend here, and I keep saying my best friend because it's only you and her, and it's like what other Nene, y'all will meet her one day. And Nini's always telling me like, girl, you always have so much content you could be recording. And she was one of like the biggest motivators for me to want to create something for us, for y'all. And I feel like just that push alone, just another female like saying, hey, just do it was like so
Yeah.
empowering. And I think it's just like who you have around you to uplift you. Because I don't know, I feel like I didn't want to say anything because I was just so used to someone judging me or someone just like
Yeah.
putting down on it rather than just uplifting, being like, yeah, like just happy, just automatically shit on. That is dumb. It's
Yeah.
just
It's really easy to be negative, and that's why it's like, we stay shut, or we don't say anything outside of the sala because we are just so scared about what people gonna say. Like being too
yeah.
verbal being too verbal is not supported in the Latino culture. What's that term I told you? Like you're the one that gotta say it.
Oh,
Calladita. Go ahead.
calladita te ves más bonita.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Like
being more quiet, how being more quiet makes you more beautiful?
that's crazy. That's
How being more quiet makes you more beautiful? That is crazy.
no, but really though, like and I grew up like just silent. I would talk internally. I have those moments too. Like in my past relationships, like I would argue in my mind, but because
Like what little penis ass man created that saying?
I'm crying, I am dead. No, but like it's like tú hablas demasiado. Like it's like you talking too much. My dad used to tell me that because it's like he'd be like, "Oh, don't self incriminate yourself. Don't be giving too much information. Just answer the question and that's it." But it's like I think as humans and as Latina women, like we want to talk more. We want to share. We want to like give advice to other people. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? I feel like this is our avenue, and I hope women, Latina women, any type of woman, like whatever you identify as, even men, if you are listening to this and you relate to this, like, I hope you keep listening because we have a lot of like things coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I think our experiences can be very similar to someone else out there. That's another reason why I wanted to create a safe space, not just for women, or I don't think this is a kids podcast, so please don't have your nieces or nephews or don't listen to this while you're babysitting.
Definitely.
But I wanted to create a space, just for someone to be like, damn, they really went through that at that age, a millennial. And it's like, yeah, we went through that. And, I hope there's other either kids, because I still consider myself a kid. I'm only 28. So I hope there's someone out there that could be like, you know what? Like literally anything is possible and just do it. No matter if it's a failure, no matter if it messes up, fucks up, it doesn't work out, just do it. Just do it
Uh,
cuz nothing sucks more than living life in regret or thinking like, "Damn, what
The
if I would have done that?"
That's so true.
We're too
That's
young. Like we worry about our outfits and be like, the younger we are, the skimpier we should dress. But it's like we should be young and do all the wildest things now while we're young.
yeah.
Who cares what society thinks? Ain't so nobody in society paying my bills but taking my taxes.
Word. Nobody paying my bills but me. For me.
Right. And
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, when he giving my tax returns.
My I got a really good tax return this year. I'm not gonna lie, but that's off topic. But I think
I
that
didn't get a
goes.
tax return.
That sucks. But I think that goes back to the intro or the name of our first episode. What happens in the sala stays in the sala, or does it? This really is gonna set the tone to the rest of our episodes. And it what it means for us is that we're gonna be breaking barriers. We're gonna be out here just sharing just tips, wellness, getting into the nitty gritty of what it means to be a Latina, and just break generational curses, because we really want to share our experiences and hopefully maybe help somebody along the way.
Yeah, there's going to be so much that we're going to be talking about, even like past experiences, current experiences. I don't think about future, but maybe like how we would handle certain situations.
Yeah, and hopefully we could get some some people to send in their stories or whatnot, or just like some questions. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna be a
We're
lot.
going There's going to be so much to talk about, and I'm just so excited. So, this is just the beginning, mi gente. We've opened up the sala, shared a little bit of our lives, and set the stage for what's to come.
We know it's not easy, to break cycles or step into spaces where our voices haven't always been heard. But, here we are. We're doing it. We're doing it scared, doing it messy. But most importantly, we're doing it together.
And we're inviting you to grow with us, to laugh with us, cry, heal in this space. Porque al final del día, life is all about figuring it out as you go. And if you can't do that with your bestie by your side, then what's the point?
You know? So, stick with us. Stick with us. We promise to keep it real, keep it raw, and keep it fun. Make sure to subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcast. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because what happens in the sala.
Doesn't always stay in the sala. So before you go, besties, next week we're going to talk about marriage, divorce, and surviving all the family drama.
Because if you think love is complicated, wait until you mix it with Latino family expectations.
Trust me, you don't want to miss this one because me and Martha are both talking about it.
Yeah, so catch you next time.
Nos fuimos.